I will be specifically focusing on PTSD as a therapeutic hypnosis. And tonight we're going to talk about the different variations of hypnotism, trance, and even the shamanic trance for healing. My name's Kirk Kerber, and we're going to talk about hypnotism. Today we're going to show some vids, and I'm all mic'd up. We got our DVD rolling here, and let's get you a proper opening for the I was having a last minute production meeting, and I apologize. I was like 30 seconds late. So, better late than never, and away we go. Check this out. Okay, and let's see, I gotta hit the right button here. My name is Kirk Kerber, and this is my supernatural, spiritual, mystical, and magical TV show. And tonight we're going to talk about hypnotism. All right, where did I go on the cam? Uh-oh. There I go. Okay, it really wouldn't be the show if I didn't have some kind of mistake here somewhere, hitting the wrong buttons. Let's try it again. All right, we lost our visual mid-show even. God, it would be. Let me see. Cut. No. Okay, let's try it again. Cam 1, go. Nope. Cam 2. We've lost our visuals. Right in the middle of the show. Okay, let's try it again. Oh. There we go. Well, we don't have a green screen. So I don't know why that happened. Okay. Boy. Man creates and God laughs. Okay, let's show you the video about, we're going to show you the video about does hypnotism work? There we go. Let's see if we can get it back. Nope. There we go. Okay, now I think still no visual. Still no back visual. That's okay. We'll just show you the video. This is definitely one for the retrospective. Here we go.
I see more medical practices offering hypnosis. Does it really work, or is it just hocus pocus?
Hypnosis is one of the oldest forms of psychotherapy. More than a form of entertainment, it's an approved form of treatment for relief of pain and anxiety. And for many people, it works very well. For example, Researchers studied women who were taught before surgery how to use hypnosis to manage their pain. These women required less sedation during the procedure and experienced less pain, nausea, and emotional distress afterwards. All true hypnosis is really self-hypnosis. That is, you can only enter a trance if you want to. You are in control of the process, not the therapist. It is simply a heightened state of concentration that is similar to daydreaming or meditation. The therapist's role is to train you to use a variety of hypnotic techniques that combine relaxation and imagery to achieve that state. The aim is to eliminate distractions, turn the focus away from painful symptoms, and allow an openness to helpful suggestions. When it comes to hypnosis, it's actually better not to believe in magic. If you'd like to try it, you can have the best experience by choosing someone who is licensed by your state in a standard field of practice like psychiatry, psychology, or social work. And once you're underway, make sure you understand exactly how your therapist expects hypnosis to work for you. And Parker, I wish you good health.
I lost the visual on the.
Oh, you messed it up.
Okay, we're going to be right with you. We have one of the famous Kirk Spiritual Television tech issues. So sit tight with us for just 1 second. And we're going to get right into a little more hypnotism. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Wow, it's psychedelic. It looks.
You want me to change it back?
No, actually, wait, no. Go off the. There we go. Okay.
Talk to your people.
What's happening, guys? We're gonna get this fixed, and I'm gonna check to make sure we're going out live here. And I just got certified as a master hypnotist, and I'm doing a focus on PTSD actually. So
All you have to touch is this. Like, that's it.
That's it.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything else. Okay, I'm a shaman and hypnotist, not a tech guy. Thank you, Eric. Okay, so away we go with video number 2. See how much better this looks? Okay, life happens and you roll with it. I maintained the presence. I just breathed. Eric came in, he suspected, so the universe was synced up, and shucked it, namaste. So, we are going to watch our next video. We just watched this hypnosis work, and let's go to this. Okay, number 1, does hypnosis work? And now this is video number 2, does hypnosis work? Okay, so let's try this one. And only hit that button. There we go.
Close your eyes. Breathe in and out, slowly. Picture yourself by the ocean. It's warm. You can hear waves. You're completely at ease. When I count backwards from 3, yada, and ta-da! That's the Hollywood version of hypnosis. Luckily, it is bunk. But what is hypnosis? Is it real? The short answer is yeah. But maybe not the way you think. Hypnosis is a trance state characterized by suggestibility, relaxation, and heightened imagination. Kind of like daydreaming. Think of losing yourself in a book or in a movie. You're conscious, but you tune out stimuli, including your own worries and doubts. This happens more often than you might think. In fact, by that definition, you've probably accidentally hypnotized yourself before. You're highly suggestible when in trance, so when a hypnotist tells you to do something, you're more likely to do it. Hence the whole cluck like a chicken bit, right? Fear of embarrassment flies out the window, but not a sense of safety and morality. That's reassuring when you think about it. I mean, at least stage magicians are churning out temporary chickens instead of winter soldiers, right? Hypnosis is often described as a way to access the subconscious. That's the part of your brain that does all the behind-the-scenes thinking. This is the unsung hero in your head. It's solving problems. It's finding your stuff. It's giving you those out-of-the-blue eureka moments and all that jazz. Psychiatrists think that hypnosis partially subdues the conscious mind. Think of your conscious mind as an inhibitive force. It's the thing that hits the brakes. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is the seat of imagination and impulse. If that's the case, then of course you become suggestible when the conscious part of you gets put on the cognitive back burner. The subconscious also regulates sensations and emotions. So if you're entranced, a hypnotist can trigger feelings and senses via suggestion, warmth, ocean waves. This part of your brain also helps store memories, meaning hypnotized people can access otherwise lost memories, but this also implies that it's possible to create false memories. Spooky stuff, right? And to be fair, skeptics have another explanation for this state. Social pressure. Their idea is that insecure people can be convinced that they should act a certain way, and when they do, they think, that must be in a trance. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy or placebo effect. This is just scratching the surface. I mean, we haven't even talked about how to actually hypnotize people and whether that whole pendulum thing is real. Spoiler alert, yes, it's meant to induce a state of suggestibility by making you focus on one object with such intensity that you lose track of all the other external stimuli. But enough about all of that. What do you think? Are people really being hypnotized? Have you yourself been put under? Let me know in the comments and subscribe to Brain Stuff so that you don't miss a thing. That's it. Have a good day. Oh, what? Wait, yeah, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Deep in trance, feeling fantastic. Okay, there's different kinds, before we had the tech drama, there's different kinds of hypnotists, and there's different kinds of hypnosis, actually. There's old school hypnosis, there's therapeutic hypnosis, there's rogue hypnosis, there's street hypnosis, and there's also a new wave hypnosis. And then a completely different version from all of those altogether is Ericksonian hypnosis, which is what I got my certification in. And that's a little more free-form, and it's almost as if the hypnotist goes into the trance with the subject, actually, as well. Like, you both go into trance and you find what you're looking for, and then you come back out together. So that's a short version of Ericksonian, but I preferred Ericksonian as opposed to kind of modern NLP type of hypnosis. I went with the Ericksonian, and then I studied the history of hypnotism. And let's see if you guys can see my, let's see. You're going to go, if you want to see my social media, you would go Kirk Kerber, maybe Instagram. Kirk Kerber, Instagram. Kirk and Kirk, nope. Kirk Kerber, spiritual advisor. There we go. Okay. Kirk Kerber advisor. Nope, that's not it. That's like a weird rogue Instagram. Kirk Kerber full spiritual. Well, I guess this is like the show where like the tech is just not happening. I don't know why my Instagram's not here. So you know what, the tech is not happening, and that's fine. Let's see, Instagram. Yeah, it's not. This is like a rogue hijack. Here we go. Kirk Kerber advisor. Let's try that. Is that what my? I don't even know what my Instagram is. How messed up is that? Advisor. Let's try that one. Did you mean Kirk Kerber? Nope. Spiritual advisor. There we go. Well, no, it's not it either. Okay, I guess it's... Oh, wait, maybe. Here we go. Nope. That's the Twitter. Boy, you guys came here for like all this information about, and you're just watching me do all this like bad tech stuff. But you know, we've been here actually 15 years. We've been here 15 years, so we've found shows. We've done shows that were disasters. Here you go, at Kirk Kerber Advisor, Transformational Shaman, Trans-Mass Hypnotist. Let's try Kirk Kerber Advisor, Instagram. Okay, we gotcha. Kirk Kerber Advisor, and just give me the follow over here. I'm not tweeting, Instagramming. What do they call it? Like tweeting, Instagramming? A whole lot these days, but this account is private. Oh, well, okay. Well, the account is private right now. That means just follow me and you'll get all those hip and sexy Instagram tweets, something. Okay. I'm a great shaman and a great hypnotist. TV show personality tonight, I'm kind of getting a C-. What do we got? We got about 9 minutes left. Okay, does hypnotism actually work? So let's go to the science of hypnotism. I'm going to get you the good stuff, okay? It's like a new moon, I think, is the story. You know what I mean? It's like a new moon. So, like, that's when the computers short out and stuff like that happens. Hey, you know what? Honest to God, why don't I just talk? I'm just happy to be here. I truly am just happy to be here in body talking to you. And I don't know if we have anybody watching, but you know, you can call me here any Monday night and I will answer any question about supernatural, spiritual, mystical, magical, or shamanic things for you. And I do answer, I personally read and answer all my emails. So if you'd like to send me, you know, your spiritual life story or journey, a lot of people do, and I really like to read them. It's KIRKTV, kirktv@gmail.com. And, or you can leave me a message over at my site at kirkspiritual.com. So let's find out the science of hypnosis, and then we're going to have to wrap it up for this week. So here we go.
Watch. You're getting sleepy. Very sleepy. And now, when I snap my fingers,
It's all good.
you'll watch this
I hope you
whole
have a
video.
great time.
You might have seen hypnotists make people fall asleep on command, quack like a duck, or even change personalities. Performances can make hypnosis seem pretty questionable to the average skeptical person. So is there really that kind of power in a soothing voice and a swinging watch? Well, it turns out that hypnosis isn't just a party trick. There's scientific evidence that being hypnotized is possible and might cause some real changes in your brain. Some psychologists even use it as a therapy to help patients with a bunch of different physical and mental conditions. So hypnosis is probably real, just not in the exaggerated brainwashing way you might think. Different meditation techniques and trance-like states have been documented for thousands of years. But what we consider to be modern hypnosis began in the 1700s, partially thanks to mesmerize. See, Mesmer had a theory about nature that he called animal magnetism, but he wasn't just talking about sex appeal. He thought there were invisible magnetic fluids that flowed through living creatures, and he claimed he could cure people of all kinds of illnesses by adjusting that flow. Magnets and this invisible fluid. Some of Mesmer's patients did get healthier after his treatment, so when the scientific community put the theory of animal magnetism to the test, they found that a magnetic fluid with healing powers was just not a real thing. So Mesmer and his research were discredited, and many scientists didn't give the idea of therapeutic trance-like state a second thought, at least until the mid-1800s. That's when surgeon James Braid began to study this potential therapy. He coined the word hypnosis to describe it, from the Greek word hypnos, because he thought the trance-like state was similar to sleep. Hypnosis only this psychological state, kind of similar to meditation. And unlike the flashy hypnotism you might see on TV, clinical hypnosis usually takes place in a dimly lit, quiet room. Sometimes there's gentle music playing, but the goal is to remove all distractions. The hypnotist speaks softly, encourages the client to focus their attention on something, like maybe a dangling pocket watch, and walks them through relaxation exercises. Eventually, they'll reach a state of focused relaxation, which just means they're calm, focused, and more open to suggestion. That way, hypnotists can guide their clients through different visualizations or instructions, depending on focused trance is the goal of hypnosis, but there are two means psychologically. The altered state theory says that hypnosis actually leads to a distinct state of consciousness. This might be a distinct state in the brain, and you're not necessarily aware of. State theory says that hypnosis is more like role play. Instead of being a distinct and and you need more evidence to figure out what being hypnotized means in a psychological sense. But they have found that different people are more or less easily hypnotized. Hypnosis is a voluntary process, so people have to be willing to listen to a hypnotist, focus, and relax. But researchers have estimated that around 10 to 15% of people are highly hypnotizable, meaning they slip more easily into a hypnotic state during a session. Another 20% or so are pretty resistant to hypnotizable or not, but one study found evidence that it might have to do with slight variations in brain anatomy. These researchers used MRI and found that the subjects who were more easily hypnotized rostrum than those who weren't. The rostrum is a region in the brain. Scientists wanted to look at the brainwave patterns of hypnotized people. Basically, your brain depends on electrochemical energy to work, because that's how your neurons communicate with each other. Using an electroencephalogram, or EEG, researchers can monitor the electrical activity of your brain and see different patterns of brainwaves. In this study, the researchers found that hypnosis, especially in highly hypnotizable people, leads to an increase in theta waves, which are linked to attention and visualization, like when you're doing mental math or daydreaming. So both MRIs and EEGs seem to show that hypnosis can affect how our brains pay attention to things, which supports the idea that it's a state of focused relaxation. But how does that focused relaxation let hypnotists make suggestions and slightly influence what their clients think or do? Well, it has to do with a concept called top-down processing. Our brains receive a lot of sensory information from the world around us, but we do a lot of processing and interpretation. Top-down processing says that what you expect from memories and assumptions, the top level of information, is the bottom level of information. Cognitive scientists have known this for a long time, and there are lots of different experiments that show this effect. For example, a group they thought was expensive and wine that they thought was cheap. They were actually the same wine, but the people said they enjoyed the expensive one more, probably because they expected it to taste better. Not only that, but a pleasure processing part of drank the expensive wine as well. Top-down processing also explains the placebo effect. If a doctor gives you a pill and says it'll make you feel better, you're probably going to say that it does, even if the pill was actually just made of sugar. Basically, this means that because a hypnotized person is more open to suggestions, their expectations can be tweaked, which can also change the way they perceive the world. And there's scientific evidence that hypnosis can affect perception like this. Take the Stroop test, where you look at a bunch of words describing colors like red, green, and blue, but instead of reading the of ink the word is printed in. So, for example, you have because of the conflict in the task, your brain is processing the words and the color of the words at the same time. So a team of neuroscientists decided to use the Stroop test to see if hypnosis could affect how people perceive using a functional MRI scanner to monitor their brain activity. The researchers used relaxation techniques to hypnotize a mix of people who were highly hypnotizable and less hypnotizable. Then the subjects were given a very specific suggestion. The words they would see in the fMRI scanner were gibberish, and they had to identify the color shown as quickly as possible. A couple days after the hypnosis session, the subjects took the Stroop test while having their brains scanned. And highly hypnotizable people, who were probably more receptive to the suggestion, were faster and more accurate at picking the color of the words. Even more amazingly, there were measurable differences in their brain activity. Specifically, a brain region words didn't become activated, so their brains didn't seem to be recognizing the words as words. At the same time, their brains didn't seem to register any conflict in the task, unlike the brains of participants who were resistant to hypnosis. So it seems like hypnotic suggestion did change the subject's expectations, so they perceived gibberish instead of words and could focus on the colors. A different study by neuroscientists even found that hypnosis could block memories. The subjects watched a 45-minute film and came back a week later suggestion to forget the film when they heard a certain cue and could have their memory restored with another cue. Then the participants entered an fMRI scanner and were given the forgetting cue. After that, they were given a test and couldn't remember the details of the movie, even though they could remember details of the room they watched it in. Plus, certain memory-related regions of their brains weren't as active as those of a control group who hadn't been hypnotized. So, like, you could theoretically be hypnotized to forget The Empire Strikes Back, so you could experience the reveal of Luke Skywalker's father over and over again. This phenomenon is known as post-hypnotic amnesia and is actually used as a model for researching functional amnesia, like the kind that can be caused by a traumatic brain injury. So even though some hypnotists use it as a party trick, some scientists are finding hypnosis to be a useful tool for medicine and psychology. Some surgeons have used hypnosis before operations and medical treatments to reduce pain, anxiety, and help with faster recovery. Hypnosis has even been used during childbirth to reduce anxiety.
We are going to have to wrap this up next week. I'm very glad that you were with me on this little mini odyssey of 28 minutes of hypnotism, tech problems, being and existing in the space. And if you'd like to know more about what I do, my name's Kirk Kerber, and I am a certified master hypnotist specializing in trauma and PTSD. And I see clients cam to cam. And if you'd like to know more about the spiritual healing art services that I do provide for clients around the world, please check out kirkspiritual.com. It's been my honor to be your sacred healer tonight, and I hope to see you next week, where we will talk about other and more supernatural, spiritual, mystical, and magical, shamanic, and trance states next week. We're here every Monday, 11:30 p.m., channel 1997 and 1993 in high def in New York City, Manhattan. And we'll also go out live every Monday wherever there's a computer connection at mnn.org, Spirit Channel, Channel 3. Shakti Namaste. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and look for other videos on YouTube, Vimeo, and Daily Motion about spiritual healing, psychic abilities, and hypnotism, and so much more. And it's all free for love, love, love. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next week in the Cyber Temple of Love. Shakti, Shakti, and Namaste.